I love vintage guitar tone and feel, but I wanted more aggression, more bite, more fire. That's why I'm gonna rip out these Amber Spirit of 69 pickups, drop in these EMG Slipknot Jim Root signature pickups. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna find out in this video. Let's go. Before I go ahead and swap these Amber pickups with the EMG pickups, I'm gonna go ahead and capture different tones with the passive pickups, and then I'm gonna do the same thing and try to play the same stuff, but now with the active EMG pickups. I'm gonna start off with clean tone. Let's take a riff like Behind Blue Eyes. It's really nice, warm, clean but kind of a woofy, warm tone. But really dynamic, you know, if I hit it really softly, I get a really nice, clean, crispy tone. And then I can, you know, dig in with the pick. And it almost gets crunchy, and I'm on clean channel. Let me switch to the distortion channel of the orange Rockabub. And I've got no pedal engaged right now. So the same stuff applies, you know, if I hit it softly, it cleans up really nicely. If I dig in deeper or harder, it gets more distortion, more aggressive. That's what I want from a pickup, dynamic response. Not a lot of compression going on with these pickups. Let me kick in my favorite pedal for overdrive, the BB preamp. So now basically now this is my lead tone. Really nice, thick kind of a lead tone. I'm losing a lot of that dynamic range, you know. Now it doesn't matter as much anymore how hard I pick regarding the dynamic of the tone. Like for example, if I pick really softly and if I dig in deeper, there's like, the difference is not as big anymore. There's not much happening there. That's because of the BB preamp. Basically, it's adding so much compression already that yeah, it doesn't. It adds more sustain and more distortion and all of that good stuff, but it kind of takes away the dynamic range. But that's okay. That's okay for my lead tone. I still have that openness. I still have a kind of reactive feeling with these amber pickups. That's what I like so much about these. Now let's go ahead and switch them with the EMGs. Okay people, I'm back. I've swapped the amber passive pickups with the EMG Jim Root signature pickup set. And the wiring and the swapping took me about 1 or 2, I would say 2 hours. It's not very complicated. In fact, it's pretty easy. You don't have to do any soldering. It's all just clipping. And if you are experienced in doing this kind of work, I think you can get this job done in under an hour, I would say. But because it was my first time installing active pickups, it took me, like I said, about 2 hours. But it wasn't difficult to do. A little tip, when swapping pickups on a Les Paul like this one, or Les Paul shape. This is actually not a Les Paul. This is a Maybach Lester. Wonderful guitars. Go check them out. You don't have to take out the strings. You can just loosen them enough so that there's enough space. So when you unscrew the pickups, you can just take them out completely. You don't have to put a new set of strings on there. It's going to save you a lot of time and a little bit of money for a new set of strings. And in fact, it actually means it's going to make this test a little bit better, because now I'm still using the same strings as I did before. So the setup is exactly the same. Exactly the same guitar going into exactly the same amp and so forth. The only thing I've changed was the pickups, obviously. So here I'm back with my clean sound. First thing, they have a lot more output. Like, that's the most obvious difference that in my what I'm perceiving right now and playing. Still, they clean up very nicely. Like, there's no problem getting clean tones, as you can hear. But they are much more aggressive. I feel they, that's a bit surprising to me. I feel that they sound a bit darker than the amber pickups. Let me get to that crunchy tone. thing that I was worried about is losing dynamic range, and this is something that's not true, I find right now. These pickups have a lot of dynamic range. And something else, as I'm now adjusting the tone and the volume potty, I noticed they move a lot faster and feel more freely than the ones I had in there before. Now that's something that's not directly has to do with the pickups. I know that tone potties is a separate part, obviously, but it's just something that I'm noticing. I like it. I like it that it's faster. And it cleans up beautifully with the volume pot as well, which is something I haven't tested, I know, but check out my other videos. I mean, I've played this guitar with the passive pickups a lot. Just that aggression and that. I like it. I'm happy because that was exactly what I wanted. I wanted more of that bite, more of that output and that aggression. As I'm playing these power chord riffs, I also have the impression that the voicing itself is a tiny bit deeper, and that there's a bit more growl in these riffs, like right here. Let me get into high gain territory. I'm gonna engage my BB pickup, and again, nothing has changed. It's exactly the same setting. Guitars. Was it worth swapping these pickups? For me it was, because I needed the experience. To be honest, the difference is not a major one at all. It's a tiny little bit difference. The biggest difference for me is the output, and you could have gotten that with passive pickups as well that just have more output. Like in my other Les Paul, I've got bare knuckle pickups with the brutally high output pickups, maybe even more than these ones right here. So, you know, the voicing is a tiny itsy bitsy more, a little bit deeper, I feel, than with the amp pickups. At the same time, I feel that they're not as bright as the amp pickups, but you know, it's not major stuff, you know. If you really want a tonal shift, you should consider changing the amp or the cab, but not the pickups. You know, that's like a minor thing. I do enjoy these pickups, playing these pickups. I've achieved what I wanted. I've got more aggression, more bite, more output. Basically, yeah, this is a good guitar now, beyond blues and classic rock stuff. I can get into harder stuff, which I often like to do. At the same time, they are still highly dynamic. You know, I can still play clean stuff. The EMGs have their own kind of signature sound, like their brand sound, which is hard to describe, and it's something you have to kind of experience for yourself. What's your experience with passive versus active pickups? Have you tried EMGs? Is it for you more a philosophical kind of thing, like are the passive pickups like the rock and roll thing, and the active pickups like that metal thing for you? Let me know just what your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment box below. Subscribe to my channel, like, share, and all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.